bold Donna holiday topics. About to force everybody into a Kelce Christmas here. What was your favorite gift that you got this year?
Oh man, that's tough.
You have to choose.
That means she didn't get anything good. Just for everybody to watch.
No,
Favorite gift, huh? I don't really have one.
Just wait until she comes to Kansas City.
Yeah, there you go.
I got you covered. I got the family
really
covered.
Christmas is about
a
giving.
nice velour.
Christmas is about giving. It's not about receiving. But I did get some really nice earrings, I have to admit.
You still
Nice.
you still have one
Still
of your
getting
gifts.
Jason's still getting you earrings, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, I do like
classic.
earrings. You guys, for some reason, you think I don't like them.
screwed up and didn't get the pistachios and the candle at the same time.
It was the sweatshirt and the mug with your pictures on it that were great the first couple of times, but every year it kind of got old.
Yeah. Well,
But I do love jewelry, so that was always a plus.
what was the kind of earring that we always got you though? It was like it was the certain type of rock
was
or
hoops.
something. It was hoops. Okay.
It was always hoops, yeah.
Nice. All right.
And those are always good. You can wear those anytime.
Nice.
Bigger the hoop.
Bigger.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I'm burning up right now.
That's because you got velour on.
You're right. It is. It is.
It's hot.
Golly. Who spoils the girls more? You or Jason?
Oh man, that's close. I would assume it would have to be Jason because he's here most of the time. So.
Do I spoil them though? I feel like I try not to.
You don't, but you're very kind and you're very gentle. You know, you keep them in line. All it takes from you is just your voice. And they stop.
That's the Ed Kelce way.
You know, yeah. It's
Firm,
he's not
loud.
He's not a screamer.
Hey!
It's more like that's like a voice of the party.
Cut it out!
I'm not even making this story up. We were in their bedroom last night, or a couple nights ago actually, and I'm trying to get them to go to bed, and I just keep going like this. Hey, and Wyatt's like, Dad, why do you go like this? Like, why? I'm like, it's because I mean business. That's because
it's about to get ugly.
I'm not playing
That's
around.
why.
See me smiling?
That's
I'm like,
what that means.
what harm am I instilling in them from like a young age?
No, you have to make them know that you're serious.
Yeah,
because a lot of times you're joking around.
yeah.
Or I've actually seen him. He gets the stomps. Dad was real good because we lived in a 100-year-old house in Cleveland Heights. So Dad used to hit
make
the
a lot of
stomps,
noise.
and the whole house would shake when he did
Just
that.
make a lot of noise, and people are like, oh no, what's happening?
It's like, oh shit. Clean up. Act like we're doing nothing. Act like you're doing nothing. What the hell did I tell you? No, it's classic Ed Kelce. All right. Yeah.
Well,
I believe Jason spoils the girls. He can't help himself. They're adorable.
It's hard not to. Do you enjoy holiday games?
Yeah.
Was it fun to go to the
I love
Christmas Day game?
Yes. I always that was a
God
good
you
time.
picked the right one.
It was a great time because the whole atmosphere is great. We had like 3 people dressed in rabbit suits, down below, and they were jumping around every time the music was on.
Rabbit suits?
It was hysterical. It was like Ralph, from Ralphie from the Christmas Story.
Yeah, nice. The pink ones.
They were
Nice.
in all pink rabbit suits, and these were adults. And they were
Good for
dancing
them.
the entire game, and it was hysterical to watch them. So it's just fun. There was a lot of Santas in the stands, and just, everybody was dressed up to the nines, and it was just amazing and magical evening. It really was awesome.
I love it. Well, let's get to some traditions in the Kelce household. What was one of the fun stories that you can remember from us as kids on Christmas?
Jeez, I wish I could, but they kind of meld all in, together.
Yeah. No, I hear
But
you.
a lot of it is, there were so many sports even back then that where we were at tournaments right afterwards or right before we were
the Cleveland Heights Holiday Tournament.
We were hockey, basketball got started then. So the best thing is I love people. And so we were always surrounded by people and our friends. And
Always.
that was what was so great about the holidays. It was just a lot of people that were around all the time. And we got to enjoy it with a lot of families. So it was a special time.
This is true. Is there one Kelce family holiday tradition? Like one definitive, like it has to be this. You just gave it to us both.
Yeah.
Just gave it to us both.
Yeah.
Talking about the ornaments.
Kind of split it right down the middle.
Oh, the ornaments. That's right. I had the Disney ornaments.
That was.
Yeah, we used to put that up on the tree. Yeah.
We would always go through it together. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Putting the tree up with the ornaments and the lights and everything.
I would buy those every year from Grolier, and it was great. They don't make them anymore, but they were old porcelain ornaments, and be careful when you open up the boxes because they start falling apart.
Yeah, Wyatt and Elliot broke 2 of them this year already.
Yeah, so it's kind.
Were they good ones?
So I think part of it is we broke them from before, and they didn't even take it out of the box. So I think what happened is Mom had to super glue the ornaments from back in the day.
Of course, yeah.
And the super glue has now since dried out, so we just have to re-super glue it.
Yeah, so just be careful when you open those up because, it's...
Oh, Mom, they're already open. I got them all on the tree.
Oh, that's awesome because it's just, in the Florida heat, it just gets really hot. So
I get
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like those ornaments. I gave both of you guys boxes, and so it's kind of, they were special to me.
The one other one that I definitely remember being a tradition was 2 batches of blueberry muffins.
Yeah, yeah. I used to make the blueberry muffins and also the rolls, the Pillsbury rolls.
That's how I knew when to wake up. You smell those things upstairs and just be like, it is about to go down.
It's time.
Yeah.
It is time for some presents.
We always had.
I haven't made those for a while. I should.
Man,
it has
just
been a while.
They're like one gulpers. You just take it out, you just peel the whole thing. It's just...
Yeah. They've got
They were really good.
Streusel on top. Yep.
We always had honey baked ham.
Yeah. We were big on ham, not so big on turkey.
No, peanut brittle.
Pork chops, things like that.
Oh, peanut brittle.
Chicken
Mom,
cutlets.
did you know Dad was the candy man just for Christmas?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I told you guys that because one year you went up and looked at your presents and I yelled at you and said, Dad makes, has a second job just to make sure your Christmas is wonderful.
It
So,
was the year we got the Xbox.
yeah.
Because I remember we went up there. It was the only time we really went up and took a peek.
I did it every year.
Okay. It was the only time I went up and really took a peek.
As soon as I found out
But we
where
did
they
it
were
together. We
every
both
year,
went
I
up there
was
together this year because we were really hoping, and Dad was playing a good poker face with the Xbox. But we went up there. We knew the Xbox was coming.
Right.
And then on Christmas Day, Dad, one of us opened it. And Dad did the same thing he always does. The old Christmas story, like, oh, all the gifts are open. I guess you didn't, what's wrong? You didn't get what you want? Like, oh, what's over there under the table?
Yeah.
Misdirection. And then we opened it up and apparently we did not sell it good enough because I thought we sold it good.
No.
And then we went in there and like right away, unboxed it, plugged it in, started playing. And Mom came in right away and she's like, your dad works really hard just so we have enough money to buy these gifts. He takes an extra job. She laid it on thick. And we were like, man,
like, Mom,
I hear what you're saying. No, I'm with you.
I'm in the middle of beating level 1 of Mortal Kombat, Mom.
We'll talk about this later. We're really sorry about what we did.
No, Dad's the best for that.
Yeah.
We appreciate you teaching us a lesson there.
How about the one time you bought, we got the N64
Yeah.
and you played Donkey Kong Country,
I did.
DK64 with us
All the
and
way
beat
through
the
to
entire
end.
game.
It went
Beat
all the
the
way through to
game.
the end.
In like what, 3 days, 4
I
days?
spent my 2-week Christmas vacation working on that. We would tag
Working
team.
on that, yeah.
I would do it for a level, hand it to Jason, then Travis would do
Good
it. And I'd do
times.
it. We made it all the way through.
That was a great,
Bonding, family
Yeah.
bonding right there. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. The controllers are too difficult now. I can't do it. I did
There's
it
a
back
lot.
then, but not
well, the
now.
games are more difficult. They're
That's what it really is. The game.
Yeah, I think it's too in depth now. I prefer the games where you have you got 3 buttons and you got to be creative to figure out the rest of it. Once
I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy video games nowadays. Still,
Yeah.
I do. I don't think it's too complicated. I just think that I enjoyed those old games and the simplicity of it that much more.
Yeah.
So I just play those a lot more.
I just feel like they
Like,
offer
I'll
more
play
creativity.
N64 and Xbox before I turn on my PS5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mom, did you hear about you're about to be in a cage match between Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura's mom?
No.
You haven't heard this?
WWE picked this
You
up.
don't-
Yeah, you're
Mom doesn't listen to the show.
Mom, you gotta. I don't know if you have a real.
I heard that they thought we should be in a match.
I think we're kind of like still pressing this.
Their moms came on and said it's fucking on. Like,
Oh, they
Donkey
did?
Kong.
Oh, I don't want to hurt
No, they
anybody.
didn't. I don't think they did.
So you're on record as you would hurt them?
I'm winning.
Yeah, that's what kind of fighter is Donna Kelce? What are we?
We just saw it. What do you mean?
Are you
Bar
throwing
fight.
hands? Are you
I
bar fight
don't
rules?
fight fair.
That's true, ladies
how we
and
do
gentlemen.
it.
I can
That's how
vouch
we
for
do
that
it.
firsthand.
Yeah.
I mean,
No
you
rational
have to.
thinking.
You have to do whatever you can when you're in a house with two big kids
Yeah.
that are taller than you.
There you go. There you go. Well, our mom comes in peace if your moms come in peace, okay?
Yeah.
We don't want to hurt anybody.
For sure.
Shout out to Two Bears in One Cave. The
There you
92
go.
percenters really enjoyed us talking about Cedar Point as kids.
Oh, that was a blast.
and me being on a leash growing up. Can you explain
You
why
know
you
what?
put me
I
on
still
a
remember
leash?
this.
No, you were on a leash for only like one festival because we were scared to death you were going to run off with the carnies. But it was just...
Was this also
This is when
close in time to when I had gotten lost at the county
Yes.
fair?
Yeah,
So I think-
your brother had just gotten lost the year before, and a cop car pulled him up and said, "Is this your kid?"
Yeah.
And I was scared to death because you would just run off. I couldn't catch you, Trav. You were so
Oh,
fast.
Mom, you
Plus, I
told me
couldn't lift
if
you.
you get lost, go right here. You would always
Yes,
tell me right
that's
before
true.
we got
That's
into. So in my mind,
Yeah.
I'm like, I can run off, and as long as I'm
you
back
were
to
somewhere in
the safe
between
spot.
1 and 2. You started walking
was-
at 8 months, and you were just a terror. 8 months, you were little. We couldn't find you. You would dip in and out of cars, and I'm like, I can't have you dying. So yeah, that's what we did. It was a short 6-month period until you understood how dangerous it was. So
What kind of leash was it?
it was a harness. It wasn't a leash. We didn't have a leash
It wasn't
around
the same
your
one.
neck.
It wasn't the same one that Belle had. That like the hardest you pulled, the more like choked her or something.
No, it wasn't a choke harness. It was a harness over his shoulders and around his
I
chest.
could just see me just cotton candy in my hand, just blue mouth, and just getting choked. Just
No, it's just like it was a short 6-month period and it was only when there were a lot of traffic we were going to somewhere or whatever. I couldn't carry you. You were just too heavy. Sorry.
It's
You're
all
a
right.
big kid.
I didn't want to be carried. I was ready to rock and roll. Jason
Yeah.
was Jason ever on a leash? Did I ever think like,
No,
oh, I need to put
no,
Jason
he
on a
stayed
leash?
close.
I got lost.
Yeah, but that was only one time. Well, you did get lost. It was because this was when he
They
was
didn't
old.
tell me where to come back. At least they told you where to come back. They're just.
This was.
I guess he's
was that at
gone.
was that at the Ohio State Fair?
It was either county fair or state fair. I forget which one it was.
Well, remember, you also got lost on the turnpike on our way to Chicago.
I didn't get lost. I was in the place that you left. You guys left me. There's the difference of that one.
I made the mistake of giving both of you because you would whine about quarters. There wasn't, there were video games or weren't video games that you could have in the car yet. So I would give you a stack of $10 worth
yeah.
of quarters.
This is
and
genius,
I said,
by
when
the
the
way.
quarters are gone, that's it. You can't play
Fun is
anymore.
over.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So he had a stack of coins. I had to go to the bathroom. I got out of the car. We were in the minivan. There were, both Jason and Ed were asleep in the car. You were in the back or something like that with a sleeping bag over your head. I got out, went to the bathroom, came back in. I saw all the bags there and everything, and I thought I saw all 3 heads. And sure enough, I drove off, and you immediately stood straight up, and you're like, Jason, we left the bag at the...
It's like Home Alone
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
And
was a prick move. I definitely could have told you before you hit the ramp onto the freeway.
Yeah.
I waited until
So-
you got on the freeway, and I was just like,
Yeah.
"Wait, where's Jason? Did
So
you
you
forget
know-
about You must really hate him.
So you know how it goes. You have to go 20 miles that way on a turnpike and come back 20 miles.
To flip a Yui,
yeah. So I'm on the other side of the turnpike yelling, "Do you have him?"
Because Dad got out and ran back.
He did. Yeah. He ran 2 miles back to.
He was playing Frogger. There's no way he ran 2 miles.
It was not 2 miles.
Yeah.
The first time the story was told, it was half a mile. Then it went to a mile. Now it's migrated up to 2. We got to stop the blasphemy. There's no way Dad ran 2 miles.
Dad ran back to Ohio just to go get
He was grabbing his chest, and I thought he was going to have a heart attack. I'm like, "Are you okay?"
Well, Jason has always been known to get lost. He's just
true.
He's the worst
Very
at
true.
it. Is him and directions just do not. How do you know how old Jason was when he got lost 2 blocks from home?
Yeah, you had to be in first grade because both of you were going to Fairfax at the time. So he must have been in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
So
Probably too old for that to
third
happen.
grade, and I used to drive you every day because I wanted to make
8-year-old. I mean,
I wanted to make sure you got there. You would walk home, but I made sure I drove you there because the school was close enough to walk.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to make sure you weren't lollygagging and not going to get to school. And so I got tired of it. He wasn't ready, and I said, "That's it. I'm tired of waiting on you. We're going to be late." So I took off. I was going to turn around and come back and get him, but he ran across the street to a neighbor and got a ride. And I get a call from the principal, Mrs. McBee, and she's like, "Your son is here," and the neighbor drove him. I'm like, I was going to go get him.
I don't even remember this one. I was thinking of a different one. Apparently, it happened multiple times.
No, this is your thing. This is what you do. You just get lost.
Yeah, but he doesn't run abandoningly into cars and the street. I didn't have to put a harness on him. I did on you. You showed no fear whatsoever of anything. So, but don't put a harness on Ellie.
Yeah.
Let her flank. If she wants to flank,
let her get out there.
She
wants
will
to flank,
definitely be the runner.
Well, Mommy, we last had you on the show before the Super Bowl, where you said definitively that Jason was your favorite.
You said it.
Understandable, though. Understood. Has that changed at all this season?
Not yet.
Oh my God!
The burn.
Such a perfect answer. Burn. I don't think it could have been any better.
I love you both just the same.
Well, thank you for coming on, Mommy. We love you, as always.
Love
I'm sure
you
the
too.
92%ers enjoyed a little
you
bit of
both.
this. So.
Thanks, Mom. Love
Yeah,
you.
it was a great Christmas. It was fun this year. So
Yeah. Let's give
That
it
was the
up
first
for
time I got
Mama
to see
Kelce
the little
in
ones,
2023. Give it up for Mama Kelce in 2023, everybody. Jason, clap your hands. Jason, clap your hands. There you go.
Good seeing us.
Nice.
thank you. Thanks for the
Love you, Mommy.
accelerator.
Good luck going to
Yeah,
sleep.
don't drink any more of that, Mommy. You're going to stay
Yeah,
up
I
all night.
promise.
We'll be right back with our Kelce Family Spectacular. But first, we want to shout out our sponsor. And that's Uncrustables, the best part of the sandwich.
Ooh, Uncrustables. They are round. They are crimped sandwiches made with soft, pillowy bread filled with peanut butter and grape or strawberry jelly. And I'll tell you what, I love eating some Uncrustables. I had about 4 on game day. Jason, does Kylie bring out Uncrustables for the girls during Eagles games?
I don't know if she takes them. Well, if they're at the house, definitely, probably.
Nice.
Uncrustables are the perfect, no mess, no prep snack from the freezer to the locker room, to the car, on the way to work, to right in your family room watching Eagles and Chiefs games on Sunday.
Plus, if you didn't already know 92%ers, there are some other fun Uncrustable flavors. I did not know that.
Found that out.
They've got chocolate-flavored hazelnut spread sandwiches, as well as peanut butter and honey spread sandwiches, too.
Yeah. Uncrustables are the perfect addition to your game day routine. And if you're wondering where you can get your hands on some Uncrustables, look no further than the freezer aisle at your local grocery
Can't
store.
miss 'em.
All right, 92%ers, we'll be right back with our Kelce Family year-end holiday spectacular. But right now, we got to shout out our next partner, State Farm. State Farm helps you score an affordable price when you bundle home and auto insurance with the Personal Price Plan.
That's right. The Personal Price Plan lets you call the plays. So you can choose the home and auto insurance covers that fit your needs at a price that only you can afford.
How about that? And bundling home and auto? That's a pro move. Just another way to save with the State Farm Personal Price Plan.
All right, now 92%ers, go ahead and talk to a State Farm agent today and learn how you can bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts, and savings and eligibility vary by state. Alrighty, and now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to bring on the next member of the Kelce family for his Kelce family year-end holiday spectacular appearance. A man with many nicknames, including Diapers. And Willy Wonka. He is the person responsible for teaching us everything we know, but most importantly, how to fight the Kelce way. Please welcome back to the show, Papa Kelce.
Hey, Big Ed.
He's back.
Rocking his Cleveland Heights football polo from 2003 Booster Club champion right here. I just remember trying to sell all those cards and all that mulch for Cleveland Heights.
Well, mulch was for the lacrosse.
Yeah. What was football? Football was Giorgio's Fresh
cards.
Oven.
No, we got the discount
Giorgio's
cards.
was definitely one of the people on this card. Subway was on that card. There was a whole bunch of Cleveland Heights businesses or businesses around the area that were willing to team up with the Cleveland Heights football boosters and get some money back to the high school. And Big Ed, did you go into Subway and ask them if they wanted? Like, how did that all come about?
I didn't have anything to do with the cards. What I did was I developed I made a program for every home game.
Yeah, I remember those.
Okay.
That had sponsors on the back of the program.
And I sold advertising in the program to Donato's, to Giorgio's,
Donato's.
Went to Zagaras. I went to anybody where we get a little bit of cash, but I get a bundle in trade. So I would get like maybe I get $200 from Donato's, but they give me $500 in credit. That was all so we could feed you guys every week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's how we funded.
Did you ever manipulate the system?
Pardon?
Did we ever benefit personally from that $500
did the Kelce
credit?
household?
No. Dave, I would give all the money to Dave Van Leer and let him handle that.
Hey.
Nice. Yeah. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and get to how I ruined Christmas for you, big guy. Go ahead, Jason.
Alrighty. How was Christmas week, first of all, in Kansas City? I haven't really spoken to you that much since then, but how was Christmas this year for you, Pop?
It was very nice. I got a couple Super Bowl trophies.
There we go, baby. There we go. Yeah, right to the presents. Yeah, I decided that it would have been very shitty little brother of me to get the Vince Lombardi of last year's Super Bowl.
He got both.
So,
you didn't get the other? Why
He got the Minnesota and the Miami one. So I have the first one for both of you guys. That's all I need.
Well, that's two more than I have. I still don't have a Lombardi trophy.
What started as a typical episode of the New Heights podcast quickly turned into something fans didn't expect, as Donna Kelce and Ed Kelce opened up emotionally while talking about Kylie Kelce's 34th birthday. And the tone shift was impossible to ignore. What seemed like a simple birthday mention suddenly revealed how deeply Kylie has become the backbone of the Kelce family. Donna's voice noticeably softened as she reflected on Kylie not just as a daughter-in-law, but as someone who quietly holds everything together, a statement that left Jason Kelce momentarily speechless. Even Travis Kelce, usually quick with jokes, held back, letting the moment breathe as the reality of Kylie's impact settled in. But what truly stood out wasn't just the emotion, it was what fans realized in that moment. Behind the headlines, behind the fame, Kylie has become the emotional center of one of the most talked about families in sports. From choosing a simple, intimate birthday over anything extravagant to being described as the one who keeps the entire family grounded, the message was clear. This wasn't just a celebration. It was a rare, unfiltered glimpse into how much she truly means. And as the conversation wrapped, one thing became undeniable. The Kelce family isn't just strong because of fame or football. It's strong because of Kylie, and now fans are seeing it like never before.